Over 60? 4 worst butters you should never touch, and 4 you must eat daily. Did you know that something as ordinary as the butter sitting in your refrigerator could be silently affecting your heart, your joints, and even your brain? For decades, we were told to fear butter. Doctors said, switch to margarine. It's the healthier choice. Advertisers promised us those yellow tubs would protect our arteries and help us live longer. But what if that advice, trusted for over 50 years, was built on half-truths and corporate profit, not science? The shocking reality is that many so-called heart-healthy spreads are loaded with synthetic fats and inflammatory seed oils that can actually do the exact opposite of what they claim. Instead of protecting your heart, they quietly inflame your arteries. Instead of supporting your joints, they accelerate stiffness. And instead of fueling your brain, they slowly drain its vitality. In today's video, we're uncovering the 4 dangerous butters and spreads you should never touch, and the 4 powerful types of butter that can actually reverse years of damage, from inflammation to bone loss to brain fog. Some of these findings come straight from cutting-edge studies published just this year, yet most people have never heard of them. And stay with us until the end, because one special kind of butter, our number 1 healing butter, has been scientifically shown to reverse arterial calcification and strengthen your bones at the same time. But before we dive in, tell us in the comments, what kind of butter or spread do you use right now? And where are you watching from? We read every comment personally and reply with simple, tailored health advice to help you make smarter choices for your age, your body, and your goals. Now, let's begin with the first on our danger list, the one nearly everyone over 60 keeps in their fridge without realizing how much harm it's doing. Worst butter number 4, whipped butter blends. Let's start with a butter that seems harmless, even healthy. It's light. It spreads easily. The label says it has fewer calories and less fat. For years, many seniors have swapped their regular butter for whipped butter blends, believing they were doing something smart for their heart. But here's the truth the labels don't tell you. That airy, fluffy texture isn't natural. It's created by filling real butter with air, water, and chemical stabilizers to make it spreadable and low-calorie. In the process, manufacturers have to add synthetic emulsifiers and preservatives, things like polysorbate 80 and mono, and diglycerides. Your body doesn't recognize these artificial compounds. After 60, when your digestive enzymes and gut lining are already more delicate, these additives can quietly build up and trigger chronic inflammation in your intestines. That's why so many people who use whipped butter blends regularly experience unexplained bloating, gas, or fatigue after meals, and never realize their healthy butter is to blame. A 2023 study published in Food Chemistry International tracked over 120 adults aged 60 and above for 6 months. Those who used whipped butter blends daily had 43% higher levels of inflammatory cytokines, the same molecules that drive joint stiffness and fatigue, compared to those who used natural butter. They also reported more frequent digestive discomfort and afternoon crashes. Let's make this real with a story. Patricia, a 67-year-old retired teacher from Phoenix, used whipped butter on her morning toast for 15 years. She always assumed her midday bloating and sluggishness were just part of getting older. But when her doctor ran blood tests, her C-reactive protein, an inflammation marker, was 3 times higher than normal. After switching to real, grass-fed butter and leaving her whipped blend behind, her bloating vanished within 2 weeks. Within 3 months, her inflammation levels dropped by more than half, and she said she felt light and clear after meals for the first time in years. So what's the fix? You don't have to give up the smooth, spreadable butter you love. Just make it yourself the right way. Leave a small amount of real grass-fed butter in a covered dish at room temperature for easy spreading. Or blend 4 tablespoons of butter with 1 teaspoon of olive oil to create your own whipped version with 0 additives and 100% healthy fats. Remember this simple truth: real food doesn't need a chemistry lab. Your body runs best on what's natural, not what's aerated, emulsified, or enhanced. And when you give your digestion the simplicity it craves, your energy, focus, and comfort will thank you. Worst butter number 3, margarine with plant sterols. For decades, this one was marketed as the ultimate heart saver. Doctors recommended it. Commercials showed smiling seniors spreading it on their toast, and even major heart associations endorsed it. Yes, we're talking about margarine fortified with plant sterols, those bright yellow tubs that claim to lower cholesterol naturally. And technically, that part is true. Plant sterols do block cholesterol absorption in the intestines. But here's what the glossy packaging and heart-healthy stamps never mention. By blocking cholesterol, these spreads also block your body's ability to absorb vitamins A, D, E, and K, the four most important fat-soluble nutrients your body depends on after 60. When these vitamins can't get through, the side effects slowly creep in. Vitamin D deficiency leads to weaker bones and faster osteoporosis. Vitamin K deficiency means calcium ends up in your arteries instead of your bones. Low vitamin A accelerates vision decline and poor night vision. Low vitamin E weakens immunity and dries out your skin. A 2-year study published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition, 2023, followed 300 adults over 60. Those who used plant sterol margarines daily had 28% lower vitamin D and 34% lower vitamin K blood levels, and suffered twice as many bone fractures and higher rates of macular degeneration compared to those who used natural butter. Let's make it real. Robert, a 72-year-old retired engineer from Detroit, switched to plant sterol margarine after his cardiologist warned him about high LDL cholesterol. 5 years later, his blood tests showed dangerously low vitamin D despite taking supplements, and he'd suffered 2 stress fractures in his feet just from walking. When he replaced his margarine with real grass-fed butter and added 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed to his oatmeal each morning, his cholesterol dropped from 240 to 190 milligrams per deciliter without any medication, and his vitamin D normalized. His energy, mood, and bone scans all improved within months. So what's the takeaway? You don't need a cholesterol-blocking spread to protect your heart. Here's what works safely. Use soluble fiber foods like oats, beans, apples, or flaxseed to reduce LDL naturally. Time your supplements wisely. If you must use plant sterol products, take your vitamins at dinner, several hours apart, so they can actually be absorbed. Prioritize real fats that support vitamin uptake, not ones that block it. Your heart doesn't need fake, heart-healthy chemistry. It needs real nourishment, the kind that strengthens your bones, fuels your brain, and keeps your arteries flexible. Worst butter number 2, olive oil spread blends. It looks Mediterranean. It sounds healthy. The packaging shows sun-drenched olives, golden fields, and promises of heart-healthy olive oil. Many seniors buy these spreads believing they're following the Mediterranean diet their doctor recommended. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most olive oil butter blends are barely olive oil at all. If you take a closer look at the label, really look, you'll notice the word olive oil usually appears third or fourth on the ingredient list after water, canola oil, soybean oil, or sunflower oil. That means these spreads are often 80 to 85% cheap seed oils, with only a token splash of olive oil for marketing purposes. And here's the problem. Those seed oils are loaded with omega-6 fatty acids, which throw your body's delicate omega-3 balance into chaos. When that happens, inflammation rises, silently but steadily, throughout your joints, your blood vessels, even your brain. A 2024 study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry tested 15 popular olive oil spread brands. Researchers found that participants who used them daily had 40 times more omega-6 fats in their blood than omega-3s, a major red flag for heart inflammation and chronic pain. After just 12 weeks, the olive oil spread group reported more joint stiffness, fatigue, and digestive upset compared to people who used real olive oil or grass-fed butter. Let's take the story of Margaret, a 70-year-old retiree from California. She'd been using an olive oil spread for years, believing she was protecting her heart. But she couldn't understand why her hands ached every morning and her energy kept dropping. When she finally checked the label, she realized the first ingredient wasn't olive oil, it was soybean oil. After switching to authentic extra virgin olive oil, drizzled on food after cooking, and real butter for her toast, her joint stiffness eased within 2 weeks. Her doctor even noticed a drop in her inflammatory markers. So, how can you tell the real from the fake? Here's your ageless vitality checklist. Look for extra virgin olive oil as the first ingredient, not buried in the middle. Avoid any spread that lists water, canola, or soybean oil ahead of olive oil. Store real olive oil in a dark glass bottle and use it cold, as a drizzle or in homemade blends. For spreadability, make your own Mediterranean butter. Mix equal parts grass-fed butter and real olive oil. Add a pinch of sea salt and keep it refrigerated for up to a week. Remember, a label can lie, but your body won't. If your healthy spread leaves you feeling stiff, sluggish, or bloated, that's your body's way of saying, this isn't real food. Worst butter number 1, low-fat butter substitutes. This is the butter trap that has fooled millions, especially seniors trying to eat lighter for their heart or weight. The label looks reassuring, 50% less fat, heart smart, light taste. You grab it, thinking you're doing something good for yourself. But here's the truth most people never hear. These so-called low-fat butter substitutes are one of the most dangerous foods you can put on your plate after 60. Why? Because when manufacturers remove natural fats, they have to replace them with something. And that something is a chemical cocktail your body doesn't recognize. Things like maltodextrin, modified starches, and gums that spike blood sugar faster than white bread. They're meant to mimic the texture and taste of butter, but inside your body, they behave more like processed sugar. When your blood sugar surges, insulin follows, and over time, that constant spiking crash pattern triggers inflammation, fatigue, brain fog, and even insulin resistance. Meanwhile, by cutting out real fat, you're robbing your body of the essential building blocks it needs for your brain, hormones, and cell repair. Healthy fats are what form your brain's protective coating, the myelin sheath, and keep your memory sharp. Without them, your neurons literally start to short-circuit. A landmark 2024 study published in Neurology Today followed seniors who used low-fat butter substitutes for over 5 years. The results were alarming. Their brain scans resembled people 10 years older. Their hippocampus, the brain's memory center, was 11% smaller. And they scored 27% lower on cognitive tests compared to seniors who ate moderate amounts of real grass-fed butter. That's not just about memory. It's about independence, confidence, and quality of life. Let's meet Helen, a 74-year-old from Ohio who switched to low-fat spread after her doctor warned her about cholesterol. Within a year, her energy dropped, her mood darkened, and she began forgetting small things, her keys, appointments, even words mid-sentence. When a nutritionist suggested reintroducing healthy fats, Helen was hesitant. But she started small, just 1 teaspoon of grass-fed butter each morning, paired with protein and veggies. Within weeks, her focus returned. Within months, her doctor was shocked. Her bad cholesterol stayed stable, her good cholesterol improved, and she said she felt alive again. Here's what you need to remember. Your brain is 60% fat. It needs real, clean fats to stay strong. Low fat doesn't mean healthy. It often means high chemical. If you're watching calories, eat real butter, just less of it. 1 teaspoon of quality grass-fed butter gives your body more nourishment than a tablespoon of fake, light spread ever could. For even better balance, pair your butter with fiber-rich vegetables like broccoli, spinach, or sweet potatoes. The fiber helps you feel full longer without sacrificing the healthy fats your brain and hormones depend on. So the next time you see the words light, low fat, or cholesterol free on a butter package. Remember, you're not saving your heart, you're starving your brain. From danger to healing. Now that we've peeled back the glossy labels and exposed the truth behind those heart-healthy spreads, one thing is crystal clear. Not all butters are created equal. For decades, we were told to fear natural fats, to swap them for light, cholesterol-free, or plant-based options that promised better health. But what we got instead were synthetic additives, hidden trans fats, and inflammatory seed oils that quietly damaged our digestion, joints, and even our brains. It's time to stop fearing butter and start choosing it wisely. Because when you pick the right kind, butter doesn't destroy your health, it can actually restore it. Nature never makes mistakes. Real, unprocessed butter from healthy animals is full of compounds your body recognizes: butyrate, CLA, omega-3s, and fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K, nutrients that help rebuild cells, nourish your nerves, and strengthen bones as you age. And here's the good news. You don't need exotic supplements or expensive superfoods to reclaim these benefits. You'll find them in the very foods we once misunderstood. So, in the next part of this video, we'll move from the 4 worst butters that inflame and age your body to the 4 best butters that heal, energize, and protect it. Each one has a unique way of supporting your health, from restoring your gut lining to reversing calcium buildup in your arteries. This is where the healing begins, 1 tablespoon at a time. Best butter number 4, cultured grass-fed butter. If you've been eating regular butter all your life, this one might surprise you. Cultured grass-fed butter isn't just a richer, fancier version. It's a living, healing food that can completely transform your digestion, bones, and metabolism after 60. Here's what makes it so different. Unlike ordinary butter, cultured butter is fermented, just like yogurt or kefir. During that fermentation, friendly bacteria turn milk sugars into lactic acid, creating a subtle tangy flavor and a treasure chest of nutrients that your body absorbs far more easily. That fermentation process also produces one of the most important compounds for older adults, butyrate. Butyrate is a short-chain fatty acid that directly fuels the cells lining your colon. It keeps your gut barrier strong, reduces inflammation throughout your body, and helps prevent that heavy, bloated feeling after meals. A 2023 Journal of Dairy Science study found that seniors who ate just 2 tablespoons of cultured butter daily for 16 weeks experienced 19% better arterial flexibility, higher bone density markers, and even a 2-inch reduction in waistline circumference, without any change to diet or exercise. Cultured grass-fed butter is also naturally rich in vitamin K2, negative for Malawian quatches, the form that moves calcium out of your arteries and into your bones, and CLA, conjugated linoleic acid, which helps burn belly fat and stabilize blood sugar. Together, these nutrients turn what many thought was an indulgence into a genuine anti-aging food. Let's look at a real example. Patricia, a 69-year-old from Seattle, switched from store-bought margarine to cultured grass-fed butter after years of joint stiffness and digestive trouble. Within a month, her bloating disappeared. After 3 months, her cholesterol improved, HDL up, triglycerides down, and her doctor said her inflammatory markers looked like someone 10 years younger. All she did was swap the fake for the fermented. Here's how to use it for maximum benefit. Keep it at room temperature in a covered dish. This preserves its live cultures and gives you perfect spreadability. Add it after cooking, not during. Drizzle on steamed veggies or spread on warm toast to protect those beneficial bacteria. Buy only grass-fed and cultured varieties. Both words must be on the label. Regular butter doesn't have the same active compounds. Store it in parchment, not plastic, to prevent chemical leaching and maintain freshness. When you feed your body real, living fats instead of synthetic substitutes, it doesn't just change your numbers, it changes how you feel. So as you spread that creamy, golden cultured butter on your breakfast tomorrow morning, remember, You're not just enjoying flavor. You're rebuilding your gut, strengthening your bones, and turning food into gentle medicine. Best butter number 3, ghee from grass-fed cows. If cultured butter is your gut's best friend, then ghee is your body's quiet healer. Used in Ayurvedic medicine for thousands of years, this golden, aromatic fat is now being rediscovered by modern science, especially for seniors who want to support their liver, digestion, and joint health naturally. So what exactly is ghee? Ghee is simply butter that has been slowly heated to remove milk solids, lactose, and proteins, leaving behind a pure, golden oil rich in healthy fats and fat-soluble vitamins. That means even people who are sensitive to dairy can usually enjoy it safely. And because it's pure fat, it has a much higher smoke point, around 485 degrees Fahrenheit, making it the safest butter for cooking, sautéing, or even frying without producing toxic compounds. But ghee's true magic lies in its chemistry. Grass-fed ghee is one of the richest natural sources of butyric acid, the same healing compound found in cultured butter, but in even higher concentrations. Butyric acid nourishes your intestinal lining, reduces inflammation, and helps your body rebuild from the inside out. In one 2024 study published in Hepatology International, participants with fatty liver disease who consumed 2 tablespoons of grass-fed ghee daily saw 31% reduction in liver fat after 12 weeks, normalized liver enzyme levels, and actual regeneration of healthy liver tissue on ultrasound. That's right, their livers healed faster with ghee than with medication alone. Ghee is also packed with CLA, conjugated linoleic acid, which targets stubborn belly fat and supports muscle tone, plus high levels of vitamins A, D, E, and K, all in the most bioavailable form your body can use immediately. This combination doesn't just improve energy, it balances hormones, strengthens bones, and protects your brain from oxidative stress, all key for staying vibrant after 60. Here's how to use ghee safely and effectively. Cook with it instead of vegetable oils. Ghee stays stable at high heat and won't turn toxic. Add 1 teaspoon to your morning coffee or tea. It provides long, steady energy without the crash, a trick loved by many Ayurvedic practitioners. Mix ghee with turmeric and black pepper to create a natural anti-inflammatory paste for arthritis or post-exercise soreness. Always choose ghee from grass-fed cows. It contains up to 70% more CLA and antioxidants than grain-fed versions. Ghee isn't just a cooking fat. It's a functional food that helps your liver detox, your gut heal, and your joints move with ease again. So the next time you see that golden jar on a shelf, don't overlook it. Ghee is more than tradition. It's science meeting nature's wisdom in 1 spoonful of healing fat. Best butter number 2, raw butter from pasture-raised cows. If ghee is the golden healer, then raw butter is nature's living medicine, rich, vibrant, and bursting with life-giving nutrients that most modern butters have lost. It's the butter your grandparents might have eaten straight from the churn, unpasteurized, unprocessed, and full of enzymes that help your body digest and rejuvenate. Raw butter from pasture-raised cows isn't just a food, it's a full-spectrum source of natural vitality. Because it's never heated or sterilized, it retains all of its original enzymes, probiotics, and delicate vitamins that are destroyed in regular butter production. These living compounds play a crucial role in digestion, circulation, and inflammation control, especially as we age. Here's why it matters so much after 60. As we get older, the pancreas produces fewer digestive enzymes, which is one reason so many seniors struggle with bloating or sluggish digestion. Raw butter comes with its own lipase enzymes, which help break down fats gently, taking the burden off your pancreas and liver. It's like giving your body the support it once had naturally. But that's just the beginning. Raw butter from pasture-raised cows contains something almost mythical in the nutrition world, the woolsen factor, also known as the anti-stiffness factor. This rare compound helps prevent calcium from depositing in your joints and arteries, the very process that leads to stiffness, arthritis, and hardening of the arteries. Instead, it directs calcium where it truly belongs, into your bones and teeth, helping you stay flexible and strong. In a landmark 2023 study published in the International Journal of Food Sciences, seniors who consumed just 1 tablespoon of raw butter daily for 6 months showed incredible results. 24% improvement in arterial flexibility, reduced plaque buildup, and over 50% drop in inflammatory markers linked to arthritis and heart disease. That's not marketing, that's biology in action. Raw butter is also incredibly rich in conjugated linoleic acid, CLA, and omega-3 fatty acids, powerful anti-inflammatory agents that restore hormonal balance and support brain function. Combined, these nutrients make raw butter one of the most complete natural sources of anti-aging fats on Earth. Let's meet Evelyn, a 74-year-old gardener from Vermont. For decades, she avoided butter, thinking it was bad for her heart. When she switched to small-batch raw butter from a local farm, she started noticing subtle but powerful changes. Her hands, once stiff from arthritis, felt more flexible. Her digestion improved, her energy rose, and at her next checkup, her cholesterol ratio had improved naturally. "It feels like my body finally recognizes what I'm eating," she said with a smile. Here's how to enjoy raw butter safely and wisely. Source it from reputable local farms or health food stores that test their dairy for pathogens and maintain clean handling practices. Start small, 1 teaspoon per day, to let your body adjust to the beneficial bacteria. Never heat it above 110 degrees Fahrenheit 43 degrees Celsius. High temperatures destroy the very enzymes that make it special. Spread it on sprouted grain bread, add it to smoothies, or melt it gently over steamed vegetables. If you can't find raw butter, choose grass-fed butter from antibiotic-free cows as the next best option. Raw butter is not just food. It's a return to how our ancestors nourished their bodies before industrial shortcuts stripped nutrition from our tables. When you taste that smooth, rich, almost sweet flavor, you're tasting vitality, the kind that keeps your joints supple, your arteries flexible, and your digestion effortless. Best butter number 1, grass-fed butter fortified with vitamin D3 and K2. If there were ever a super butter designed for seniors, this would be it. Imagine the creamy richness of grass-fed butter combined with two of the most powerful nutrients for aging gracefully, vitamin D3 and vitamin K2. Together, they form a nutrient trio that strengthens bones, clears arteries, and even lifts your mood, all while tasting deliciously familiar. This isn't just food anymore. It's functional nutrition that can turn back the clock on some of the most common age-related issues. Let's break it down. As you age, your body's natural production of vitamin D drops sharply, especially if you spend less time in the sun. That means your calcium absorption weakens, your immune system slows, and your mood can dip. On top of that, when calcium isn't absorbed properly, it often ends up in the wrong places, stiffening arteries and joints instead of strengthening bones. That's where vitamin K2 comes in. K2 is like your body's calcium traffic controller. It tells calcium exactly where to go, pulling it out of your arteries and into your bones and teeth. So when D3 and K2 are taken together, especially in a healthy fat like grass-fed butter, they work synergistically to protect your heart, your skeleton, and your energy levels. Recent research backs this up powerfully. In a 2024 American Journal of Clinical Nutrition trial, seniors who ate 1 tablespoon of grass-fed butter fortified with D3 and K2 daily for 4 months showed 4% increase in bone density, a change that normally takes years with medication, 38% improvement in mood and energy, and 12% reduction in arterial calcium buildup, indicating that blood vessels were becoming younger and more flexible. The science is clear. These two vitamins are not optional after 60. They are essential. And butter happens to be the perfect delivery system for them. Why? Because both D3 and K2 are fat-soluble, meaning your body can only absorb them efficiently when paired with healthy fats. That's what makes this enhanced grass-fed butter so brilliant. You're getting the CLA and omega-3 fats from grass-fed dairy, the bone-protecting synergy of D3 plus K2, and the hormone-balancing benefits of natural saturated fats, all in one simple food you already love. Here's how you can make this super butter work for you. Eat 1 tablespoon daily with your first meal containing vegetables. The fats will enhance nutrient absorption. Pair it with fiber-rich foods, like whole grains or greens, to balance calories and promote satiety. Look for the label grass-fed plus D3 plus K2, -7 Malawian Quaches form. The -7 Malawian Quaches form of K2 stays active in your body for up to 72 hours, unlike -4 Malawian Quaches, which disappears in just 4 hours. Be consistent. The benefits build up over time. Just like exercise, nourishment works in layers. This butter isn't a trend. It's the future of smart nutrition. It gives your body exactly what it's missing as it ages: strength, clarity, balance, and resilience in the most natural form possible. So tomorrow morning, when you spread that golden spoonful on your toast, know this: you're not just eating butter. You're nourishing your bones, softening your arteries, and feeding your happiness from the inside out. Final conclusion: the simple switch that rebuilds your body from the inside out. Every choice you make in the kitchen either adds to your vitality or quietly chips away at it. And as we've uncovered today, the type of butter you spread on your toast each morning can literally determine how well your brain, heart, and joints age. For decades, the food industry told us to fear butter, to replace it with heart-healthy spreads filled with chemicals, seed oils, and empty promises. But now we know better. Science has caught up to what nature always knew. Real, high-quality butter is not the enemy. It's medicine disguised as comfort food. When you say goodbye to whipped blends, plant-sterile margarines, and fake, low-fat spreads, you're not just cutting out inflammation. You're reclaiming balance. And when you embrace cultured butter, ghee, or grass-fed butter enhanced with D3 and K2, you're feeding your body what it's been craving all along: nourishment that heals, strengthens, and sustains. Think about what that means for your life. Stronger bones that let you move freely. A sharper mind that stays calm and focused. Arteries that stay flexible and young. A digestion that works in harmony, not against you. These aren't distant dreams. They're real results from simple, daily choices. So tomorrow morning, when you reach for your butter, make it count. Let it be a symbol of intention, a reminder that every small act of nourishment builds a stronger, more vibrant you. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What kind of butter do you currently use at home? And which of today's dangerous spreads surprised you the most? Share your experience in the comments. Your story might inspire someone else to make a change that transforms their health. And if this message resonated with you, tap the like button, subscribe to Ageless Vitality, and share this video with a friend or family member who deserves to know the truth about what's really in their kitchen. Because at Ageless Vitality, we believe aging isn't a decline, it's a return to wisdom. And sometimes, that wisdom starts with something as simple as butter.